Okay, so I'm going to be talking about the Crystal Palace Chelsea game, and if you haven't seen it yet, go down and have a look at it and then come back, because I will be giving away spoilers and the score. Right, so here we are. First game back after quite a long break, and we met Chelsea at home, and it was one of those games which I thought, it's going to be one or two things. We're either going to be really on top of it because we've had so much time to prepare, or we're going to be a little bit rusty because we haven't had as many games to play and we're not going to be quite as fit. And actually, I was quite surprised. I thought we played really well. I thought that there were times when obviously we were behind the cosh, and and we were sitting back a little bit, but I think that Chelsea weren't necessarily giving us any major problems. I think they were playing around in front of us, weren't necessarily getting too far behind us very often, particularly in the first half. So I was actually quite pleased with how we played for the majority of the game, and it was actually a really good start because obviously, as I said before, if you haven't seen the game yet, don't forget to go and have a look at it and come back. But it was a really good start from Edouard, who scored on 7 minutes. It was a great goal. And he kind of got into the box to the late minute from the AU cross and got his foot onto the end of it. The kind of goals that we need to score, we need to be scoring goals like that. So I'm great to see Edouard getting in there and getting on the end of things, because that's the kind of striker we need, one who can just get on the end of things as they're coming into the box. So it was great to see that. That was on 7 minutes, and then Chelsea had a few chances here and there. They were trying to create something. It wasn't really working for them for most of the part, and we seemed to be quite comfortable in terms of defending and things like that. We didn't have Anderson, and so we had Joel Ward in the middle, which is a bit of a shame that we didn't have Anderson there. But I think Joel Ward did a great job. I think he worked really hard. It was a bit of a shame for Klein, because he was playing, but then he had an awkward landing and really hurt his ankle. It looked like a nasty injury. He had to go off, and Tompkins came on. So hopefully the Klein injury isn't too bad, because obviously if we're another defender down, it's going to leave us quite tight at the back. Obviously we've got Tompkins is fit now, but he has been a bit injury prone over the last couple of years, so we can't necessarily rely on him. So hopefully things will improve, and Anderson will come back quite quickly, and that was just a pipe point down, and Anderson will come back quite quickly and will be okay. But that was a nasty injury, so hopefully, fingers crossed, that he's going to be okay. And then on 38 minutes, Aubameyang, if I probably haven't said that right, he came in and he basically got the ball, did a great little turn, let the ball run in front of him, great little turn, hit it, and it went in past Gaeta. It was a bit of a shame. I think that we could have potentially done a bit better with the marking in that situation, but it was a difficult thing to mark, and he did a good job of the goal. So we went into the second half at 1-1, and I think personally it should have stayed at 1-1. I think that we were quite good enough for the draw, and so were Chelsea. I think a 1-1 would have been a fair result. It was then that the great debate took place. So basically what happened was Thiago Silva was trying to tackle Jordan Ayew when he had the ball. Jordan Ayew kind of tussled him to the ground, and then for some bizarre reason, Thiago Silva decided to play volleyball, and almost got mixed up with the rules and stuck his hand out and pushed the ball away from Jordan Ayew as he was trying to run past him. The referee gave it an immediate yellow card, but VAR looked at it to see if it was a potential red card. Now, he was heading towards the goal. It wasn't necessarily an open goal scoring opportunity, but I think it was worthy of a red card. I mean, it was deliberate. He wasn't doing it. It wasn't an accident. He did it on purpose, and I think that he should have gone off the pitch for that. But that's just my opinion. VAR said that the yellow card was fine, and Patrick Vieira got his own yellow card for protesting to the fourth official about it so much, and even Zaha at one of the breaks in play went over to the fourth official and had a go at him about it. So it was hotly contested, let me just say that. And certainly there was a lot in social media about it afterwards. I think he personally should have gone off. But anyway, and it actually came back to rue us in the end, because later on in the second half, Conor Gallagher came on, and something said to me in the back of my mind when Conor Gallagher came on. I was thinking, he's going to score, isn't he? He's going to score. First time he's come back really to play against Palace after playing for us, he's going to score the goal, isn't he? He's going to score, and he did. Right on the last minute, another very late goal. It was on the 90th minute, and it was a great goal. I mean, it was well taken. Thiago Silva gave him, passed the ball to him, and he came across and curled it into the top right hand corner of the net. Very much like what the kind of goals that Zaha scores. So I'm wondering whether Conor Gallagher got a few tips from him on the training ground when he was playing with us. But it was certainly a very good goal, and obviously, I mean, the crowds clapped him, and when he came on, and also when he came off, and to his credit, he didn't celebrate the goal. He was very muted. He just held his hand up to the Chelsea crowd, but then he didn't do anything else apart from that. So, and he actually mentioned later on that it was kind of written in the stars that he would score his first goal for Chelsea in the first team against Crystal Palace, and I guess it probably was. But it was another late goal that we conceded, which is a real shame, because I think that it's something we need to try and work on. And Patrick Vieira has said in the post-match conference that he thinks that it's something we need to work on, and something that we need to get better at defending those last few minutes of the game. Hopefully it will be something that they'll be able to iron out, but it seems to be a recurring theme that we just lose our concentration for those last 5-10 minutes of the game, and that's what costs us. Otherwise, I think a draw would have been quite a fair result in the end of the day. It was interesting that after the game, Reece James mentioned something on Twitter. He posted a picture of him and Wilfried Zaha, who he was marking for the game, them tussling together at the back there, and he put a little lock symbol on the tweet indicating that he had locked Wilfried Zaha up for the match. And Wilfried Zaha actually posted back on his Instagram reels. He said, "Clout's a hell of a drug, LOL, but you'll be safe." So I think he was trying to say to him not to get too big-headed, but he didn't. Zaha later deleted that tweet, or that Instagram post, I should say. So it's one of those things. I think Zaha did have a fairly quiet game by his standards. But I would love to hear your thoughts on it, whether you were there or whether you heard it or watched it. Let me know your thoughts on what you decided on the game, whether you thought that a draw was worth it, or do you think that actually we didn't play well enough and we deserved to lose the game. Let me know what you think, as always, and don't forget to subscribe for more Crystal Palace news, views and reviews, and have a good weekend.